Welcome back. It's night 10. Now you may wonder, why would you have bought this giant one? Well, because my friend Brian's wife, Wendy, is the vodka monster. I will have this in a screwdriver. And Tito's, first of all, they do things for dogs. So if you're a dog person, they support rescue things. Also, because I have some older friends, if you've had prostate cancer, there's no inflammatories in this. I'm not going to mention who that was because he may not want me to say. But, so, you know, you're kind of helping yourself not get more cancer by drinking vodka. That's how I see that logic going down. So here's a little vodka and soda. It's not my favorite thing, but I'm running out of alcohol to show you guys that I have in this house. And my back page fell off. This front page is about to go too, but here we go. I saw slowly that he was getting out of control. She's talking about her horse. But I didn't know what to do about it. Once he nipped a friend of mine on the back, and I tried to tell her it was because she was wearing an orange sweater, and Pretty Boy mistook it for a pile of oats. That's a bit of a stretch. Maybe, no. She didn't buy it. I'm with that lady. I agree with that lady. Now, nor did my dad buy it when he saw Pretty Boy rear up and smack me with a hoof one afternoon. He took the bridle out of his hand, walked to town, and sold the pony on the spot. Oh, my God. You can't take back a birthday present and just sell it? I guess you can. She didn't seem to care. My next horse, well, she moved right on. My next horse was Honey Bun, a gelding that started wild and stayed wild. Not mean, just wild. We'd go like the wind, and my parents would practically break out in hives watching us fly all over the fields near the house. La Costa had a mare, Avena, I-V-E-E-N-A, Avena, who was a good, solid riding horse and much gentler than Honey Bun, although they did look a lot alike. She eventually folded my first colt, Delta Dawn. Ha ha! I love it! First colt is Delta Dawn. So she must have already had the hit by then, obviously. Dad had bought Iveni at a junior radio. Honey Bun came from a woman who'd made us promise we'd sell him back to her if he was too wild for the kids. Well, Dad finally determined that no matter how I tried to gentle him, Honey Bun needed a bigger, physically stronger rider than me. By then, he'd forgotten all about his promise to that lady who'd first owned the horse, and maybe he didn't forget. Maybe he thought he could get a little more money somewhere else. But he got a good price from him from a rancher who had a bunkhouse full of cowboys who love wild rides. Yeah, I think Daddy probably conveniently forgot that. Sure enough, one day she's coming back. Sure enough, one day the old woman showed up wanting to say hello to Honey Bun. She brushed past Dad and went straight to the corral where Iveni was standing. Dad didn't know what to say, so he kept his mouth shut. That's called don't snitch on yourself, jackass. That's what that's called. The lady looked at Ivena standing there beginning to shake her head. Dad figured he was busted. The fact that Honey Bun was a gelding and Ivena was a mare left little doubt they were different horses. Aside from the obvious difference, Ivena's hooves were unusually large. Finally, the woman turned on leave and said, I don't know what's happened to Honey Bun's hooves. They look like they're twice as big as they used to be. I guess she thought hooves could just enlarge, go way bigger, right? When a horse is grown up, their feet still grow. Maybe it's like ears on people. I guess she didn't click in. Even though I didn't understand how to gentle horses at first, I instinctively knew how to ride them. My dad put me on Pretty Boy's back. It was as if I'd been born on horseback and ready to run. The same with Honey Bun, even if he was so wild. I'd ride bareback, hell-bent for leather, just like them Indians who used to roam the Arizona hills. Indians, okay. Seemed like the most natural thing in the world. Horses were an extravagance, but we always had them. I think some people are the type to pay the rent, take care of the utility and food bills, and then hope there's money left over for things the family needs or want. My mother and daddy tended to be the opposite. They'd spend the money on their kids, and dad would work some overtime or whatever he had to do to pay the monthly bills. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. That's called hillbilly living, for the record. More than once, we had to move out of a place suddenly. That's being evicted. We certainly had no savings, real financial security. My dad and his ability to work hard was our only security. It was so important to my parents to see that we had things we wanted, which is nice. Things that middle-class kids took for granted. Well, a lot of middle-class kids don't have horses. I mean, that's a thing. One Christmas Day, Daddy pawned a tape recorder and bought me a puppy and a bicycle. Another year, we were all sitting around the trailer. We heard a noise outside. Daddy said Santa Claus might have come early. We run outside, and there on the top of the trailer was a little play-by-number organ I'd been wanting. They'd always try to get us nice things, and I know it's because they had so little when they were growing up. Well, this is working out if you're a kid. I guess you don't really care where you live if you have a pony and an organ. I wouldn't. We could keep moving every Sunday. I wouldn't give a shit. As long as I kept getting cool stuff, I'm kind of on board with her. Not saying it's the most responsible parenting I've ever heard of, but as a kid, I'd be down with that. In fact, I can only think of one thing I ever wanted as a child that I didn't get, and that was a Susie homemaker oven. Now, who in the world would picture me pining away over a Susie homemaker oven? Of all the things, what was mine called? Mine was an Easy Bake. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to Google Susie homemaker oven. The power of advertising and peer pressure just got to me. My friend Jackie Smith had one, after all, so why shouldn't I? It's very typical of my mother that she feels guilty about me not having that toy stove. She swears she's going to go out and buy one just to lay it to rest. I don't know if Susie Homemaker's oven still exists, but just in case someone's reading this book and has the idea to get one for me, please do this. Buy it and send it to the local women's shelter. I know the kids would love to have one. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot that will require a drink. I hope you guys, yes, I know there's glasses on my head and glasses in my hand, and for the record, there's contacts in my eyes. Think about that. I have a year's supply of contacts, so I don't really have to leave this house technically for a year, and then I could just go to glasses. But these glasses are too heavy, and they hurt my nose because I went to Lens Crafters. It's a very long story. Whew. All right, well, hope you guys are having fun out there. I hope you people with kids haven't killed them yet, and hope you're learning how to be a teacher. That's got to be exciting for some of you guys, right? I think that's my old homeschool joke. Go on wherever you get music. Download that joke. All right. See you here tomorrow night. Be right here. This is my free blanket. Most of my blankets are free. This one says Lewis Black on it. Somewhere it's from the Ultimate Golf Experience, which is a thing we do every year for cystic fibrosis. Where's his name? To support cystic fibrosis and raise money and find a cure for that. Well, I don't know. I thought it said Lewis Black. Oh, it does. Here it is. Let me see. Hold on. Yep. No, it just says Ultimate Golf Experience. There it is. Support cystic fibrosis.